Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
What's happening?
Chilling.
Quiet?
Lockdown. Lockdown. Where are you?
I'm in London at the moment.
Ah,
Yeah, we're
London's
completely
not.
locked down here.
Yeah, we have a complete 21-day lockdown here as well. And for me, I think it's my 13th day already because I started social distancing quite early.
Yeah. No, we did as well, actually. We took the kids out of school. We started 2 Mondays ago when the scary nature of what we could foresee started. We thought, no, we're out. We're out. We're out.
Yeah. How bad
Who-
is UK?
UK's pretty bad. It's complete lockdown. I mean, they said this morning that there's a possibility that it might be on until June.
Oh
And
my God.
that depends on our behavior. So we have to behave correctly. We have to behave in the right
Right.
way. We have to stay. If we don't, then it could be June and it could be longer. So social distancing, they say, could potentially happen until October this year. So it's
Wow.
crazy. It's nuts.
Wow. That's
Who you at home with?
my brother, my younger brother's here with me. So luckily, I mean,
Mm,
he was in Hyderabad. I was shooting in Bombay, and he came to see me for a day about 2 weeks back. This
yeah.
was and a day after that, flights got shut, and things got worse, and they suddenly started talking about all travel ceasing. So he ended up staying with me, luckily. So we're not in different cities. My
And
younger brother's with me.
do you get on?
Sorry.
Do you get on with each other? That's more the point.
Oh, we do, because till I'm, we have our days though. We have our
Yeah.
moments, with me working out outside. I play music in the morning, and then he's like, "Dude, it's morning," and I'm like, "No, it's 11 a.m. and only because of you, I am training at 11. Otherwise, it's really
Jesus.
9 a.m. Yeah,
And
but it's fun."
who's doing all the cooking and cleaning and everything?
So luckily, my help stays with me. There's a room for her, so it's one floor per apartment. So there's servant room as well. So I luckily I cut out the outside help like my driver and the mali and one more person, but the in-house cooking and cleaning help is there.
Jesus, how lucky! How lucky are you?
Very lucky.
Over here, we're complete lockdown. So I've been cleaning toilets. I've been doing all sorts. It's interesting.
And your wife's doing the cooking.
Sure, yep, yeah, she's a very good cook. She's a very,
Oh,
very good
lovely.
cook. So she's been doing all that kind of stuff. But it's the runaround. It's the complete runaround. Having two children run around in
I
a
can
space
imagine.
is nuts. It's nuts. So
I
what do
can
you miss? What are you
imagine.
missing at the moment about outside? Are you missing
I'm missing my
travel?
work.
Oh
I
yeah,
think not travel as much. I've actually been pretty good, Kevin. I'm a person who has a very hectic lifestyle in general, and I would sleep only 5, 6 hours. And this is the longest vacation of my life. When I say
yeah.
life, I mean I'm not even when I was back in school, stayed at home for so many days together, at
Mm,
home, not
mm,
stepping out. Because we were into sports, and when we were into golf, we used to
yeah.
always be out. But I've been pretty good, and I think because I understand the importance of me time and just sort of connecting with yourself. So I've been doing that. I started some meditation. I'm doing some online courses. In the morning, as I have my workout and yoga, anyways. So half a day goes with that, and the other half of the day is trying to cook something. Watching a lot of
What are you cooking?
films. So I made gluten-free pancakes
Right?
day before yesterday,
That's
and
healthy.
because yes, so only healthy cooking. So I love
Pancakes.
desserts.
Pancakes are healthy. Geez,
Yeah, I
really?
made gluten-free. I made gluten-free
Oh,
pancakes.
so because they're gluten free, they're healthy.
Yeah, because it didn't have sugar as well.
Okay.
It had
Okay.
bananas and almond flour.
What's the point of a pancake without sugar?
Well, that's what I mean. You have to make do with something. Like right now, we're doing with sitting at home. So
Yeah, yeah,
so
that's true.
I don't eat direct sugar, and I hate it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Well,
at least.
someone said actually that you're very hardworking, you're punctual, and you become very spiritual. What's that? Or what's Does that just come from your parents?
No, actually, that I think hardworking comes from my parents, and that's because my dad's from the army, and you have a very different way of life. I think that comes from him, the
Yeah.
discipline and all of that. But spirituality is my mom believes in God a lot. I've never seen her miss her prayers in all my years that I've seen her. But I think more spiritually and connecting with myself was over the last 4 years. I just, I started working. There was a lot of work pressure, and then I was a very happy person, and then I just started figuring that this is not how I used to be. And then it was just reading up a lot of books just to feel better. Initially, it started because I was also at work and I didn't have family around, and I didn't want to, you can't really go and talk to a lot of people. And then I just started reading a couple of books, and they made me feel so good. And then I started reading more, and more. Then I did my inner engineering. And
Jeez.
yeah, I think life is really nice when you're happy with everything. I mean, that's I think another reason. I was a person who could not sit with myself for an hour. I'd be like, okay, do this or that or wait. And now I've been in lockdown, and I think it's amazing because I'm finding peace in the meditation also that I do. I mean, I might sound very like dated with all the meditation, and I'm like, no, guys, we do a lot of fun as well.
I was going to say, we might have to end this here if we keep going on about meditation.
No, I think people will want to break the screen, Anyways, they don't have too much to do right now, so I'm not going to preach meditation. But yes, I think one thing I definitely say is people should sort of look inward in this time that you have, because as global citizens, we should maybe learn something from this and be of some use to the planet. I mean, we're really damaging the environment, and, the way I love the pictures that are coming out these days with all the animals coming out, spotting more birds and
amazing,
things like that. It's amazing. So I think people should just take this time to think and sort of be helpful.
Yeah, because I mean, you were going to come and do that shoot with us up in Kaziranga.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, when you have a look at what's happening up there, and then you see the pictures that are coming, the before and after pictures. I mean, I saw a before and after of Venice. It's incredible to see how nature's starting to come back. And a lot of my mates are game rangers in Africa, and the sightings that they're seeing and the things that they are observing with no humans and no tourists. I mean, it is crazy. It's just incredible. Like the times where they've never seen animals are. It's quite spectacular.
I totally believe it's like a, stop button for the earth. It's like the planet saying, stop it, give me a break. It's shut down for repairs. It's under repair, maintenance. So I really think it's a sign that we need to take back from this and be better global citizens. We have to coexist beautifully. It's not about humans being the superior race.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do though up in Kaziranga. There's no fences there, and the animals and the humans live in coexist so beautifully and so perfectly. Whereas again, as I'll talk about Africa's got the biggest electric fences, the gates and security and CCTV cameras, because they can't have a habitat where they live together. So, I mean, India do it well from the wildlife space. There's some amazing conservation stories. But is India taking this seriously? I've seen a report today on Sky News over here that there's a lot of people leaving the capitals and fleeing for the rural areas.
Yes, and that happened yesterday. Last 2 days has actually been very high in numbers. Yeah, I mean, very high in numbers yesterday. No, but I'll tell you what, we need to understand that people who were in a position to sort of take care of the lockdown in the cities, who had stable jobs, they're okay with it. And I think people are really following. Like today, I had to get some groceries, and I was scared to step out because I know the cops are beating up people, but I just went around the corner and there was pin drop silence, and I saw how, and people were standing at 6 feet distance outside the shop, and the queue went on till like forever, but then there was and only 2 people allowed in the store at a time. So there are areas which are really following it, and thank you to all of them for doing that. But then there are a lot of daily wage earners. Now, unfortunately, India has a very high percentage of daily employed people. And they have suddenly, and they don't have bank balances, or they've not foreseen the future, and they suddenly lost their jobs. So for them, stay home, when you say, means go back home. We need to understand
that's the problem. Finances are a problem.
Yeah, the finances are a problem. They have nothing to eat. They can't pay rents because, they have no jobs. And their families are going to also starve to death if they don't send those monies back. So it's a very unfortunate situation. We can't blame them also, because for them, I think their understanding is also limited. We need to understand that India is a country with different stratas. People might be literate, but then they don't understand. So how do you, as I think now government has taken, put some 1,000 buses to drop them safely and, in their villages and then isolate them there. So they have sort of created wards there so that they don't go and mingle up with all the other villagers. But I just feel this could have probably been taken a little earlier before people actually came out on streets. Because now that's a problem. Now in a place like Delhi, what happened yesterday,
I know, because they said there was only like 4 hours or 5 hours of notice before it was a complete lockdown. So people, even here in the UK, it's an issue. People not knowing where they can get their next meal from, jobs, losing jobs, and I mean the government have been spectacular here. They're funding everything. They've stopped mortgages. They've stopped rents. They've stopped levies. They've stopped rates.
Yeah, I
mean
think
they
there's a
really
conversation
have.
on in India as well to do the same because rentals, they're all. I think in a day or two they'll officially announce what's being planned because obviously, like I have my gyms and I'm paying the rents off, and they're all shut. And gyms were the first to get shut.
Yeah, exactly. No, I can imagine. And what about
Yeah.
other sports? What sports? Are you into cricket at all?
I do watch cricket, not as much as the average Indian watches, but when it's a World Cup, I know. I mean, I went for the India Park match this World Cup, so
Yeah.
I like to watch it a little
In
bit.
Manchester?
Yes.
Yeah. Convincing, a convincing victory for India.
Yes, it was really nice. It rained though, but
I know.
in the last two
I know.
I think overs.
And golf. Golf, huh?
Yes, I golf, and I really thought that I could initially, when they said stay home, I thought I could golf a little maybe because it's anyways you're not close to anybody and it's a solo game.
Yeah, you can play by yourself.
And then the lockdown happens. So the lockdown actually stops us from traveling beyond 3 kilometers from where we stay. So
we live on a golf course here, Wentworth, and
oh, wow.
they've taken the flags out, and I want to go and play. I can officially say that it's the garden or it's the back garden, but I just don't think it's the right thing to do. If millions of people are being stopped playing golf, I just don't think it's the right thing to do to go out there now and go and play golf. So. It's crazy. I mean, it's a different world we live in a completely different world we live in. Who's your favorite golfer?
So my favorite golfer is sometimes between Tiger Woods and Michelle V. And Michelle V used to be. I mean, I don't know. I'm not following it right now. But in girls, she used to be my favorite because that was the time I used to play golf.
Michelle V.
Yeah.
I think she's coming back from injury, actually.
I'm not followed golf in the last few years, not really seen what she's doing. But when I used to play officially, that time Michelle V was the first girl to sort of,
Yeah, she was nailing it.
Yes. So but you tell me, how was your experience there at Kaziranga, which I really missed? But how was that?
It was amazing. It was incredible. I think the thing that I took away from there was that we were going to do a documentary on the Indian rhino. We had done our first documentary on the rhino in Africa, in South Africa, and we talked about everything from the security to the humans to the laws to the rangers to everything that happens in an African environment. And when we took that knowledge from Africa into India, we thought it was going to be exactly the same. However, the human stories that came out of Kaziranga National Park are just some of the best things that I've ever seen in my life. The people that can live with animals, the people that live off the land. And I think what they what they taught me over that 2-week period was that in times of severe stress like we're in at the moment, you can live off the land. You only need you should only get what you need, not what you want. So all these people that live an extravagant lifestyle, and I mean, I must say ours is pretty extravagant. However, in times like this, you realize, do you need everything that you've got? If you want something to, and so that's what I think it was. It was so beneficial from that side. And I mean, I know that our guys are in the editing suites at the moment, and I think it's going to be the most beautiful documentary showing off India. In the most majestic way. The pictures are going to be so colorful. The people we met are so powerful as well. And just the human story as well as the wildlife story. I mean, the rhino situation in Kaziranga National Park is that good that they're having to relocate rhino because there's too many rhino there.
Oh, wow.
And that's how well they're protecting the animals. So it's one of the greatest conservation stories of India. It's truly phenomenal.
That's amazing.
Phenomenal.
I feel so bad that I couldn't be there.
It's
But
fine.
any other way that, we can push this through, I'd love
We
to.
will, we will, we will, we will. Listen, why don't we just whack on? I'm going to get whack on these questions here because I can hear my kids are starting to go. I need to go
Yes, let's do
outside.
some questions. Yes.
Idol. Who's your idol?
Okay, so I've not really had an idol all my life, because I've taken a lot from different people, and I really think that there are many lives to sort of learn from as opposed to one. But if I have to pick, I'd say my dad, because I don't know. I just feel if I could be 10% of the amount of intellect that he has, I'd be very happy. And just the army man that he is, I think there's something about them, they're fearless and they're just strong mentally and emotionally. So I think
Yeah.
my dad.
And a lot of people have said something about Southern Indian movies. You're going to Bollywood. What's the story there? I don't know too much about all the industries.
Yeah, and I know people feel that I'm not doing films in the South anymore. So I started my career there, and I'd been working there for the last 5 years, about 5-6 years now. But about 4 years back, I came back in Hindi, and then I got busy here. So I had 2 releases, and I'm working on 3 films here in Bombay, which has led to me doing only 1 film in Telugu and 1 in Tamil at this point. So the quantity has gone down to 1 film.
Right, okay. So that's why they're missing you.
Yes. So it's that.
It's not a bad thing that they're missing you.
Which is, it's a good thing, but I promise that I would always have 1 film on, for them. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's something I won't leave.
Favorite holiday destination, and who would you wanting to go with?
Perfect holiday would be any beach place. I'm a beach bum,
Oh, yeah.
So so any beach place, and I'm a people over place kind of person. So good company. Hopefully, I'd like to do when things open up with whoever my boyfriend would be, whenever that would be.
That's going to lead me on to my final question, because the majority of the questions that came through, who's your boyfriend and what's the story?
Are you kidding me? That can't be the question. The question will be, when are you getting married? Please tell, when are you getting married? That'll be the question. And I'm like, guys, get me a guy first,
Okay, so no guy, and oh my goodness. Okay, so everybody watching, yeah, she's available. Off you go. Enjoy.
I think. Oh, well, I think
She's
the
single.
world knows it now. I'm single. Yeah, not available. I'm single. I think that just sounds a little better.
Much better. And if you were the PM, what would you be saying to the nation at the moment? Would you be saying stay strong? What would you be saying?
Well, I don't have to be a PM to be that. I think he's saying well enough.
He's doing well, isn't he?
Yes, and I would just say that please stay home and please stay safe and understand that this is not a joke, and you are putting a lot of people's lives at risk when you step out. Do it for yourself, your family, if not for yourself, and for your loved ones. And please stay safe and wash your hands and stay and maintain hygiene, and that's the only way we can beat this virus.
Amazing, wicked, man. Rakul, thanks. That was awesome.
Thank you, Kevin.
Stay safe. Look after yourself.
Thank you. You as well. Take care and lots of love to your family.
Well, bye.